Welcome to our hybrid annual meeting using Zoom video. I'm sure you are quite familiar with attending meetings on Zoom at this point in the year, and this video today, well, it's here to demonstrate two features, the chat and reactions, both of which are going to be really important and will help your voice be heard. If you've attended annual meetings in the past, you're very familiar with the format of reviews and updates from various groups. Sometimes we focus on the speaker, and other times we focus on the images on the screen. We are going to do our very best to make sure that you can hear and see what is taking place in the sanctuary. Now, this video is taking place in a Zoom meeting, just like the one we'll use at our annual meeting. On the day of the meeting, a moderator will join the Zoom session and they will identify themselves as the moderator, and they're going to be the person who will ask your questions because they will be your representative on site. So let's say you have a question you would like to ask. How are you going to do that on the day of the annual meeting? Well, all of the microphones are going to be muted. You'll be able to hear, but you won't be able to speak. So to ask a question, you're going to use the chat bubble here at the bottom of my screen. It looks like a speech bubble from comics. If you click on that button, it will open up a window off to the side. Now, this is true if you're using a laptop. If you're on an iPad, you will press the three dots that say More and then select Chat. And I think from there, it's pretty much the same. A chat window will open up on the iPad just like it did on our computer here. Now you will see at the bottom of the screen that there's an option to send your question to everybody who's on the Zoom call. And if you're okay with that, then don't bother to change it. So I'm going to ask everyone a question. Once I've typed my question into the Zoom window, I simply press enter and it appears in the chat. Now everyone who's on the Zoom call knows I've just asked them, how was your day? Now let's say the question you want to ask in the annual meeting is one that you only want the moderator of the Zoom call to know that you've asked. So you can change that. So simply push the down arrow and you will see all of the options of people that you can send a direct message to. So I'm going to send it to device number 1. Simply type in your question. You will notice it says off to the side, direct message. So that tells you only the person on device number 1 is going to know the question you're asking. I've typed in my question into the chat, I press enter, and I will see a copy of my question, and the person on device number 1 will see the question that I've asked them. And you know they're the only person that saw that question because it says direct message. So if you want to ask a question and it doesn't bother you that everyone on the Zoom call knows the question that you're asking, then send the message to everyone. But if you'd like the question to be between you and the moderator, and then for the moderator to ask the question in the sanctuary, then you can direct message the moderator. Regardless, whatever question you ask in the Zoom call will be asked on your behalf in the sanctuary during the meeting. So I'm just going to close that direct message. And the messages go away. Now, when we are in a voting situation, as we often are in an annual meeting, well, again, your microphone is going to be muted, so you won't be able to express your response, yay or nay, vocally on the Zoom call. So we're going to use reactions. Now, the reactions are at the bottom of the screen again, just off to the side from the chat. And you'll see it's a smiley face with a plus sign. Now, if you're on an iPad, It's the same deal. You're going to press those 3 dots and you'll get a drop-down menu, and the menu at the bottom will have some reactions. It's like clapping hands and a thumbs up and a heart and so on and so forth. So when we get to a voting portion of the annual meeting, I'm going to ask you to use a reaction. So if you want to vote in favor, then the reaction I would like you to use is the thumbs up. Now you'll see I've given a thumbs up to what the question is in our meeting. Now I'm going to go to a different device here. And device number 1 has given us a thumbs up as well. And one more, device number 3 has given us a thumbs up. So when we get to a voting situation, please signify your positive response with a thumbs up. Now, there isn't a thumbs down that is easy to find. So when we are in a voting situation, if you are not in favor, then simply give no reaction. A blank reaction is a non-vote or a nay vote, as the case may be. So with that, now you know how to participate in the annual meeting as a virtual attendee. If you would like to practice sending questions in a chat or using the reactions of the thumbs up, then give the office a call and we will set you up on a Zoom call with a volunteer so that you can practice in advance of the annual meeting. But if you think you've got it, then I look forward to seeing you on the Zoom call later in February. Now, sadly, there are some limitations to this virtual setting, and because all of the mics will be muted during the meeting, participants who join exclusively on the telephone, well, they'll be able to listen to the meeting. Unfortunately, they won't be able to ask questions, nor will they be able to vote because chat and reaction is not an option on the phone. And if we turn on your mic, well, everyone in the sanctuary will hear you speaking. So if you are joining by phone and you would like to be able to ask questions and be able to vote, I would encourage you to give the church office a call, and we'll have a volunteer get in touch with you and brainstorm some options for you to be able to participate in the meeting. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video in full, and again, look forward to seeing you later this month at our annual meeting in February.